Good morning. So it's so great to have you all here. We've done some introductions before I started recording, and you all now know I'm recording this workshop. One thing I will do is when we're doing when people are sharing, I'm going to stop the recording just because, like as I said a minute ago, it won't be. We're not putting it out there. Working on your vision for your business. I'm working on, diving as deep as what we're going to dive today is quite personal to you. So I won't be sharing this and I won't be recording this. The only thing I am going to record is like the main workshop for the people who haven't been able to attend today so that I can share it with them. So as I said as well, I'm just saying this for the purpose of the recording. I apologise now because my voice still hasn't completely come back. So I'm sounding a lot huskier than what I normally sound. But I've got my water, my hot tea. So hopefully I'll make it through the full workshop. And as I said as well, I've got my notes. I've got a structure to how the meeting is. And I've got notes to keep me on track, but it's not scripted. So if I do go off on a tangent, I will bring myself back. So I wanted to tell you all a little bit about me. For those of you that don't know me, my name's Vicky Moore and I'm a business coach. My background is I started working as a bookkeeper at the age of 18, then trained in accountancy, and I've had my own bookkeeping and accountancy business for 12 years now. I trained in coaching in 2019, initially just for myself. I never wanted to be a coach. I put myself in this box of being an accountant and I didn't know anything else. But then because I had to practice to get my coaching qualification, actually, when I started coaching, I was like, all the experience I've got is really, really helping in my coaching. So a lot of my coaching and the workshops that I do and the courses that I run, you'll see are always around like business planning. There's a lot, I focus a lot on like cash flow, your financials and what we're doing today, like, having a clear vision on what you want. And the reason I do that is because I've seen businesses completely, businesses I've worked with in the past completely turn themselves around by focusing on these things. So I know that this works. And I use all of this stuff in my business as well. So what I'm going to do, I'm just going to jump straight in and start. My intention for today is for all of you to leave today with a clear vision on, where are you taking your business? Like, what do you want to create in your business? And it might not just be in your business. You can use this personally as well. Like the exercises we're going to do can be converted to, do you know what do you want in your life? Like, what are you working towards? So basically what we're going to do today is we want to set your GPS and not have it to go from like somewhere in Scotland to somewhere in England. Like, you sort of know where you're going, you're not really sure. What I want to do today is to set it, so set your GPS, so you're going from a postcode in Edinburgh to a postcode and a house in London. Now, your vision might change as you grow and as your business grows. What you want now to what you want in like 12 months or 5 years might be completely different. And that's okay. Just going to have a little bit of a drink because I can feel my voice going. And that might be okay. It's okay to change what you want. But if you don't know where you're going, then setting action plans, which we're going to do at the end of today, and knowing, looking for opportunities, like the clearer that you are on what you want to achieve in your business, the clearer message you're sending to your subconscious. Now, I can't remember the exact figures, but I think we receive something, like billions of bits of information every day, but our conscious mind only registers, I think it's something ridiculous, like 2,000 bits of information. So when you're clear on what you want and what you want to achieve, you're actively looking for those opportunities, and you'll start things will start happening, and you'll start recognizing opportunities that you're like, well, that's a bit of a coincidence, but it's just because you're looking for those opportunities. So now the reason that, to me, having a clear vision, not just from setting your GPS, and as well as like having that clear message to your subconscious, is I've seen the difference real life with businesses that I've worked with. One business owner I work with in my other business, they'd gone through tough times, like really tough times. They'd lost a long time, a big customer that had booked a lot of work in, but they weren't really clear on what they were creating in the business, weren't really clear on like where they were going. And so it was like they were waiting for something to go wrong to confirm their belief that, do you know what, this isn't going to work. So as soon as that happened, straight away, they were like, that's it, I'm finished. It's not going to work. It's not going to work. And that's what they were telling themselves. And then they stopped coming into the office, stopped checking in with the sales team. And even though the business started coming out the other side, they were so convinced that that was it, the business was over, they closed the business. Now, another business owner I worked with, when COVID hit, they knew, they had a clear vision on what they wanted to achieve in their business, like where they were going, what the end goals were. Now, when COVID hit, they lost 75% of their income like that overnight. The suppliers still wanted to be paid. They still had staff, that needed, furlough helped a little bit, but they still had staff needed to be paid, overheads to pay. But they were so clear on, this is my end result. This is, okay, it's a massive obstacle, but I'm going to make this work. How can I make this work? Just looking for opportunities. How can I make this work? How can I make this work? Now, I'm not saying it was a walk in the park, because it wasn't. Business isn't a walk in the park. But they're on track this year to have one of the best years they've ever had since they started their business, because they were clear on what they wanted to achieve in their business. Now, that changed. That's grown. In the last 3 years, what they initially wanted to achieve, like now, is a lot bigger and a lot more ambitious than what it was at the beginning of 2020. But that it kept them going through those times. And anyone looking at those two businesses and looking in would have said that business 100% would have failed. They would have had to close the doors. There's no way. It was a commercial business. Most commercial businesses were closed. There's no way that business should have kept going, but they did. So that's why, to me, the business, like having such a clear vision, being really, really clear on where you want to go, is so important in your business. So I'm going to get started. Like I said, we're going to do some exercises. So I'm going to read out the exercises for the purpose of the workshop, but I am going to pause the recording when we work together, and like I call on volunteers. So if this seems a little bit jumbled up in the recording, it's just because we've been pausing it to work with the people that are in the room. Now, one thing I am going to ask you for today, while we're sitting doing this, is let go of all limits. Like, don't get caught up on how, because what happens is when you start thinking about, creating these things in your business, and long term, what do you want in your business? Like, what do you want in your life? An idea will come into your head, and it's exciting and amazing and extremely scary. So as soon as you register, it's a little bit scary, your ego, your like ancient brain kicks in that's trying to keep you safe. All of your limiting beliefs come up, all of those doubt niggles come to the forefront going, whoa, hang on a minute, hang on a minute, hang on a minute. Can't really do that. You know, like look at where you are now, you know, thinking about, you know, can you really create that? Like it's so out of where you are now. But this is a long-term vision. You know, if you're setting your vision and you're setting your business goals on something that you can achieve within the next 3 months, what then? What, you know, are you really pushing yourself? You know, why have you set your business up? Like you set your business up for your own reasons. But if you're only thinking, you know, 3 months into, you're only planning and setting yourself, you know, like I can achieve that in 3 months, because you're always coming from like where you are now. So now I'm not saying you won't succeed, but I would think it'd be a lot slower process. And also, when you have those days, and we all have them, or those weeks, or those months, when everything seems to be going wrong. I mean, you look at the way things are at the moment, it's tough. It is really tough starting a business, running a business. You know, the cost of everything is through the roof. So your costs are going up, taxes are going up in the UK. It's tough. So if you're only setting yourself, you know, like goals, and you're keeping yourself like here, going through, it's a lot tougher, because when you do sit there and go, what am I doing? What am I doing? I can go and work for someone and help them build their dreams, and I'm guaranteed my paycheck at the end of every month. Okay, I go in, do the work, and I go home. At the moment, I'm not guaranteed my paycheck at the end of every month. You're probably working more than you were and harder than you were when you had a job. What am I doing? So when you have those moments and you're really clear, do you know what, long term, this is what I want to create, and this excites me, I'm excited about doing this, you can refocus and recheck in with that, and then go, okay, like, let me, you know, where am I now? Okay, things aren't great, they're not great. So what am I going to do to change that? That's going to keep me on track to where I want to be. So now another thing, I'm only going to touch on it here, is money. Because there's such a stigma around money. Oh, excuse me, I'm just going to have another little drink again. There is such a stigma around money. You know, the amount of business owners that I work with, especially in coaching, where we sit down and start looking at like product pricing. If you're not clear on your product pricing, I am running a workshop on the 28th of January where we're going to do like a deep dive into that. But when I start working with business owners around, you know, product pricing, setting financial goals, you know, like, what do you want to create? The amount of people that say to me, well, I'm not in business for the money. You know, it's not all about the money, Vicky. You know, I know it's not all about the money, but if you can't afford to keep a roof over your head, food on your table, and to live, then your business doesn't exist, because you're not bringing 100% to your business when you're worrying about how you're going to pay your bills. So there's nothing wrong with setting financial goals in your business. You know, no one I work with went into business just for the money. Everyone I work with went into business because, and me included, because I want to help the people that I work with. You know, I want to add value to people. I want to serve the people that I work with. You know, there's a problem that we all want to solve, and we know we can help people. That's why we're in business, not for the money. But we need to earn money to be able to pay our bills and keep our lives going. So ran over, I'm going to stop there, but I just wanted to mention that because I am going to ask you to think about, what do you want to be earning? You know, when we're looking at what does success look like, what do you want to be earning? And I just want you to think there's nothing wrong with setting yourself big goals. And one thing we'll do in the pricing workshop is look at, okay, you've got this big goal. Does your business model and the services that you're offering, you know, what you're offering now, what do you need to do to get to a point where you can earn that sort of money? Or would you need to like adapt your services slightly to be able to earn that money? And what does that look like? Okay, so we're going to get started now. And I'm going to ask you to start thinking about the future and what do you want? Like, what do you want in your business? What do you want to create in your business? Like, what does that look like? And we're going to start diving deep into like these exercises now. Shared the workbook with everyone, and everyone's confirmed that you've received it. I'm going to start pausing the recording here as well now as well, because I always ask volunteers. So all of my workshops are interactive, but like I said at the beginning, I don't share what's been shared in the workshops. That's only for the people in the room. So if you open your workbooks and thinking about where you are now in your business, and thinking about where do you want to take your business. So like long term, 5 years, you know, five years, 10 years, 12 months. What's your what does that look like? What does success look like in your business? Okay, so now we've done that. What I want to ask you all is next question is, are you clear on the services that you're offering to start off with, and also thinking about where you want to take your business? Will the services that you're offering now, are they going to grow? Are they going to adapt? You know, do you want to add on more services as you grow, or do you just want to keep doing what you're doing now? And then I want you to think about, so thinking about the services that you offer now, I'm going to give everyone 5 minutes to do this. And I'm going to like pause the video. But thinking about the services that your business offers now, what problem does your business solve? So if you were to summarize in 3 sentences what your business does, like what problem it solves, what would those 3 sentences be? So just jot them down in the workbook. I'm going to ask for a volunteer again at the end of this, but for the moment, just do the work in your workbook so that you've got everything ready. So now what I'm going to ask you is, as you grow and as your business grows and as you get closer to your vision, you know, like when you know you've hit success, are you still going to be offering the same services, or will that grow, you know, or change as you grow? So again, I'm going to give you 5 minutes to do this, but really think about what we're doing here is we're like drilling down into creating a clear vision of what will your business look like when you know, what do you want your business, more importantly, to look like? What do you want to create in your business? Do you want to add more services, or do you want to keep doing what you're doing? And then as your business grows and more opportunities come up, you'll assess those opportunities as and when they come up. Write that down. So I'll give you 5 minutes. So now I want you to start thinking about like your company culture. And like, you know, I don't know if you've ever worked somewhere where it just takes one negative person to ruin the whole atmosphere in the office. I I freelanced like at the beginning of my self-employment career. I freelanced in an office, and there was one person in that office, and they were vile. They never had a nice word to say about anyone, never had a nice word to say about the business. You know, they were rude to all of the employees. I mean, that business lost so many good staff because of that one employee. But the owner of the business just couldn't see it, you know. So nothing, they lost good employees, but the owner just couldn't see what was going on. So when you think about that, if you want to take on staff, not everyone does, you know, employing staff, I personally think employing staff in your business that you're passionate about and you love and you've built from the ground up is probably like the hardest stepping stone in your business, because an employee is never going to be as passionate or love your business as much as you do. And also, it's completely different when you make a mistake in your business to when an employee makes a mistake in your business. But thinking about, if you want to take on staff, what sort of culture do you want in your company? So I run like an open forum. I want to know how my staff are doing. If they've got new ideas, I want to hear it. You know, like I can be quite limited in, you know, where, like, I know where I want to take, I know my vision for my business and I know what I want to create. But if, you know, if one of my staff like, well, actually we could do this better, I'm like, let's do this better, because all it's going to do is add even more value to the people that I work with. But I'm also really, really strict right from the get-go. I will not have negativity in my business. I'm not a negative person, and I don't like being around that. And I don't want to lose, you know, good staff because of that one person. So right from the start, I employ people who connect with my values. I employ people who have a similar work ethic to me, who are experts in their field, but I will not tolerate negativity in my business. But how are you going to manage that? Because it's difficult as well. You know, you're working with people and people's feelings, and also, I suppose, knowing if someone's normally quite a positive person and all of a sudden they start being negative, have they got stuff going on? You know, I'm going off on a bit of a tangent here, but, you know, if they got stuff going on, and that's why, and you can nip it in the bud and talk to them about it. But if you've got someone who comes in and is negative, rude to your staff, rude to your customers, rude about your business, it's just not very nice to be around. Do you want that in your business? And how would you manage that? So I'm going to give you 5 minutes just to work through those questions in the workbook, and I'll see you shortly. Okay, so now what I want you to start thinking about is what areas, what locations do you want to work in? So do you want to stay working where you are now, or you know, can you offer your services online so you could work internationally? Where do you want to work? And the reason I say this is, say you're a tradesperson and you're currently earning, I don't know, 40,000 a year, but you work in one specific area, you don't want to take staff on, and it's only you, and you only have so many working hours in your week. When we get to the financial goal setting, there's no point you saying, I'm going to go from 40,000 a year to $1 million a year, but I'm going to keep my business model working the way I am. I don't want to take staff on. I don't want to move out the locations. You know, there's only so much you can put your prices up. There needs to be a level of like realistic as well. You know, like I'm all for setting like big goals and dreaming big, but you need to be realistic. there's no point setting a goal of earning £1 million a year if nothing's going to change to get you there. Like you and your business need to change and grow and take people on to be able to get to these goals. If that was your goal, and if you needed to take staff on to help you get there. So thinking about that, like thinking like when you are successful, where, you know, are you going to work in more locations than what you're working in now? You might already be working internationally and offering your services internationally, and that's amazing. So write that down. Like nothing's going to change. You're doing it already. So again, I'll give you 5 minutes. So now I want to start thinking about the departments. And the reason I do this is, I should take a short drink. The reason I do this is we all have those things in our business that we really, really don't enjoy doing. So for me, you know, like marketing, social media, it's not my area of expertise. And it's not really, you know, I'm learning a lot more about it, but it's not something I really enjoy. And sales make me want to go and hide, you know, hide in a corner somewhere. So I've got someone working with me and helping me with my sales, with my marketing, you know, with my social media. You know, my part of my vision is to have someone doing that full time, and then I can just check in with them, but they're the expert and they get on and do it. They know my business, they know my business model, they know how I work, and they just run with it. So that, you know, that's a department in my business. You might have admin, you might hate doing your admin or your bookkeeping. You know, what are those things in your business that you really, really don't enjoy doing that you could outsource or get someone else to do it for you? And these would be the first departments in your business that you would create. But then when you think about when you're successful as well, looking at your business, are there things? So with my coaching and with my training, I am my business. So I will always work in my business because I love doing this. This is, you know, I thrive and buzz off doing like workshops like this and working one-on-one with people and like group coaching and working with people through challenges and then seeing them, you know, like succeed. That's where it's my purpose. I love doing this. So I will always do this in my business. Are there things in your business that do you know what? You absolutely love doing those things and you'll always do those things. You know, no matter how much you grow, you always want to be involved doing those things. But then when you get success, will you have people supporting you doing those as well? So what would that look like? So just think about departments or you know, like areas of your business where you want some support and you will have it in place by the time you reach your vision. So again, take 5-10 minutes to do this. So we've sort of covered this question, but it's like, what's your role in your business as it grows? Now, are you building a business that you want it to get to a certain level and it runs on its own? So you can go and you can maybe start a new business, another business, or you can go on holiday. You don't have to be in the business for the business to run. Or do you want to be involved in the day-to-day of your business? And what does that look like? So just thinking, when you reach your vision, what's your role in your business? And then, so take a few minutes to do that question. And then the big question is, what do you want your turnover to be? Now, if you're registered for the workshop in 2 weeks on the 28th of January, having this is really good, and knowing what your services are, because we'll look at this in the product pricing. But think big. How much do you want to be earning? And then just make a note of it. So I'm going to pause this now, because I want to do this with a volunteer. And like I said, we're not going to record it. So for the people on the recording, we'll see you soon. So we're recording again. Thank you so much for being like so open and sharing with me. Thank you. So what we're going to do now is, now you've got your vision. So you know what you want to create in your business, like where you're going, what it's going to look like. This is like exciting. Now we start thinking about, okay, how? Because like I said at the beginning, I asked you for today just to write down the first thing that came into your mind, and not to analyze it, not to think about the how, just the first thing that came into your mind before those doubt niggles came up going, can you really do this? How are you going to do this? Now what I want to do is take you through a brilliant exercise where we start thinking about, okay, what action can you start to take like right now to get you on the path towards that vision? So I'm going to ask you just to think, we're just going to do 12 months. So some of you might, your vision might be 12 months. Some of you, mine's like 5 to 10 years. So, but I still do this to do my 12 monthly action plans. I break that down. So if we're only going to do 12 months today, but as you probably know, I'm running a series of free masterclasses over the next 6 weeks, because part of my vision, when I first decided to go to do coaching full time, my vision was to create like a community or a space. I didn't know how, I had no idea what it was going to look like, how I was going to do it. I was thinking, okay, I'm like, I do one-to-one coaching, but my clients don't speak to each other. I have my business startup boot camp, where the people that go through the boot camp build amazing relationships and stay in contact, but it's only a group at a time. But I wanted to create somewhere like a community where business owners and startup business owners, it's like solopreneurs, small business owners, especially not all of the people that I work with, can come together and we can support each other, bounce new ideas around, somewhere where if someone's going for a challenge, they can jump on and go, has anyone been through something similar like this? What worked for you, what didn't work for you? As well as giving access to like my courses, being able, and also as well, I'm conscious, especially this wasn't part of my vision, but it's part of the reason I'm now launching what I'm launching, is with the cost of living and with the price increases and everything going on at the moment, some people can't afford to work one-on-one with me or invest in it's not just a financial commitment with my boot camp, it's a time commitment as well. It's a very intense 12-week course, which is a big commitment for someone starting a business. Like, I know that. So what I'm launching is a membership platform. Oh, so excited. Where it's community, so we can all come together and support each other. For the pro members, you'll have access to all of my courses, my online business courses that are included in the Business Startup Bootcamp, as well as receiving fortnightly group coaching. And I also want to do like a mastermind coaching where we come together and work on challenges. What challenges are we all having? And also shout about the things that are working in our business. And maybe if there's things that aren't working in our business, look at, okay, like, can you make it work? Or is it worth doing something else? So I'm going to give you all details. And for the people that are on the recording that are not here, I will send you the link, and you're going to be hearing loads about it in the coming months. But so going back to what we're doing now, this is a 12-month action plan. If you want to dive a lot deeper into this and break it down into, 30-day goals, 60-day goals, 90-day goals, how to keep yourself accountable, and how to benchmark like where you are as well as like a way to check in. Because one thing a lot of I'm bad for this is a lot of business owners do is we get so focused on when things go wrong. You might make a small mistake in your business and then you're up worrying about it for like nights and nights, and it completely takes over. But when things go right and you have those wins and things go well, we're so quick to like not celebrate those wins and just go, oh yeah, that's great, like move on. So by come along to the action plan masterclass, you'll receive emails with the dates, but we'll drill down and benchmark, like when, benchmark your wins and celebrate them. And also, if you do join the membership group, we're going to celebrate those wins together, because like I said at the beginning, I love seeing people succeed, and I want everyone that I work with to succeed. Obviously, that's out of my hands. It's your business, your work ethic, and I don't guarantee any results because we're all different, but I love it when people do succeed. So let's dive into the exercise. So what I'm going to ask you to do is I'm just going to ask you just to sit back and just take a couple like really, really deep breaths. So in through the nose, out through the mouth. And I just want you just to let go of anything going on around you, anything that happened this morning, anything you've got coming up like this afternoon or later on today. Just let go and just relax into this moment. So now what I want you to do is I want you to think we're 12 months in the future and we're having a conversation. So you and me are having a conversation. And you know what? The goals that you set for the next 12 months, you've absolutely smashed those goals out of the park. You're like a year and a half on your way to like your vision. Like the last 12 months have been the best 12 months in your business and personally that like you could have ever imagined. They've been absolutely amazing. So we're having this conversation and I'm saying to you, like, that's amazing. What did you do? Like, tell me everything. What did you do? What was the first thing that you did? And then what were all the steps that you took over the last 12 months that meant you absolutely smashed it out of the park? And these might be things like, okay, like you're just starting out and you've I don't know, been on Facebook, you're not really getting much engagement, but your business is more of like a LinkedIn thing. So you set your LinkedIn profile up and started connecting with people. You brought out a new product. You ran some taster workshops so people could get to know you. What were those things that you did? Like, go into as much detail as you can. What steps did you take that meant you had the best year ever? So I'm going to give you 5 minutes again to do this, and I'm going to pause the video. But just feel that feeling like you're, 12 months in the future, it's been like the best year ever. What did you do? So now what I want you to do is take a deep breath and keep that image, keep that feeling, put it into like a circle or a round bowl. Keep that feeling just put it to one side. Now, I'm going to ask you to take a deep breath, breathe out. Again, just let everything go. And we're going to go 12 months into the future. Me and you are having a conversation again. And it's been the worst 12 months. Nothing's changed. Absolutely nothing has changed. And because you're so excited at the minute about where you're going, you're 12 months in the future and you're just like, I'm gutted. It's like nothing, my business hasn't grown. I haven't done anything. You know, I'm still maybe just ticking along, like miserable. Nothing's changed. And I'm saying to you, what happened? Like, what went wrong? Like, what happened? And you're saying to me, well, do you know what, Vicky? Like, oh, if I'd just done this, or if I'd just done this, or if I'd just taken that action, I could have done this and then that would have happened. What are all those things that, do you know what, if you'd just done those things, it would have just pivoted your business. It might have just moved you like one step forward. Just one step forward. What would it have been? Like, what would you have done differently in 12 months' time that would have meant you would have been even just a little bit further along in your business than what you are, but it would have been a better year? So again, I'm going to give you 5 minutes just to write everything down, anything. And then also as well, one thing I will say is when you get to the end of the list, just stop and ask yourself, what else? What else would I done? Because that's when the gold happens. And then again, like I was saying, don't analyze your answers. The first thing that comes into your mind, that's what you want to write down. Don't overanalyze it. Don't let the doubt gremlins take over. The first thing that comes to your mind, write that down. Well, thank you all for sharing, and I'm glad that you've all enjoyed this. This workshop, working on what you want to create and moving forward. I get so excited because I'm just like, everyone has such amazing potential, and you've got such amazing businesses as well. So before we go, like I said, I just wanted to mention I'm launching, and you're getting a sneak preview because it's not being launched to the public until tomorrow. But I'm launching my new membership platform tomorrow. So it's actually going live on the 22nd of February. But what I'm doing between now and the 22nd of February is I'm offering anyone that signs up lifetime access for like a ridiculously really cheap amount of money to what you're going to get in the membership, but you're going to be called founding members. So I'm running loads of free workshops over the next couple of the next like 2 months. I'm also going to be doing loads of other stuff, like giving away free content, just loads of stuff. So I mean, you're on this call, so you'll be signed up to my mailing list. But I'm going to send you all of the details. But I'd be so excited to have you as part of my membership, so we can continue, you know, everything that we've done today together. We can continue it. I'd love to work, you know, more closely with you all as well, which we'll do in the membership. So the foundational membership, you'll get monthly group coaching calls, as well as access to like foundational masterclasses, access to the introduction to financial goal setting in business. And that's only for lifetime membership, £199. On the 10th of March, when I open up monthly membership, that will be £19 a month. The pro membership, which is the one I'm the most excited about, is you'll have access to all of my business bootcamp courses. And as I, you know, create new courses and bring out new content, you'll have instant access to those online courses. I also want to do, I will be doing fortnightly, like coaching calls and mastermind calls, so I can really, really get to know you a lot better. And if you're open to being coached, coach you as well on those calls. I'm also going to be running like pro only member like workshops and courses, and oh, there's just so much to come. So the pro membership, if you want to sign up for like lifetime access to that, it's only £499. So, or when we go, when I open the monthly memberships on the 10th of March, it'll be £49 a month, which is nothing. My courses on their own are £97 each. You get access to all of them. You know, like coaching, I charge £450 a month for one-on-one coaching. I don't currently offer group coaching. I run these workshops where obviously with you know, people that are in the room, we've there's been coaching today, but I don't do specific group coaching. I only run workshops where we're always working around a theme. So I'm really, really excited to be opening this up and offering it to you. I will drop you all an email with the link to obviously the recording from today, and a link to the membership. So if you want to learn more about it, if you've got any questions, please just get in contact with me. I would love to hear from you. So I hope you've enjoyed today. I've absolutely loved doing this workshop. And again, I apologise at my voice. I don't normally sound this husky. So hopefully in 2 weeks, my voice will have finally come back. But I'm really looking forward to seeing you all again. And I'll see you in a couple of weeks, and I'll speak to you on email. And like I said, any questions, if you want me to follow up about anything, please just reach out to me. Have a great afternoon. Thank you.